Okay, this is a lesson for third graders on elapsed time. And these third graders are a little more advanced, and so with time, so the jumps might be a little more sophisticated, not quite as in increments, as so many increments. So our word problem, Avery left on a plane for Orlando, Florida. Her flight left at 10:30 a.m. and will land at 1:45 p.m. How long is her flight? So we'll use this word problem to determine how long her plane ride was. And I'm going to use a number line. And so on our number, so we have a number line, and we'll mark the beginning time of her flight, which is 10:30 a.m. And we will mark the ending time, which I did was 1:45 p.m. And so we're going to apply the number line approach to see to find the size of our jumps to get to the to find the size of our jumps. So for the first jump, we're going to jump from 10:30 to 11 because that gets us to the nearest hour, and that is 11 o'clock a.m. And so this gets us to the nearest hour, and then we'll take our next jump to 12 o'clock p.m. And this is p.m. because we need to clarify that noon, it's noon because students have a hard time understanding there's the same number twice on a clock. Like 12 o'clock p.m. is during the day, and 12 o'clock a.m. is in the middle of the night. And so students sometimes have a hard time understanding that. So for this problem, this is going to be 12 o'clock p.m., which is noon. So then we will skip count again for another hour. All right, 30 minutes and an hour, another hour, which will put us at 1 o'clock p.m. And then, so that gets us to our nearest end time without going over. And so our next jump will be 45 minutes because that's what gets us to our end time of 1:45 p.m. And so to find the total elapsed time, we will have to count our hours and our minutes that we have. So we'll start with our hours, and we can see that we have we'll start with our first jump. Our first jump was 30 minutes, so we're going to put it under the 30 minutes on our chart. And then we see that our next jump was an hour, so we'll go ahead and put an hour on our chart. And our next jump was also an hour, so we'll write another hour. And our last jump was 45 minutes, and so that goes under the minutes. And so when we look at this, we see that we have 30 and 45 minutes. Well, when we add 30 and 45, we get 70, or 75. And we know that we can't have 75 minutes, and so we'll need to take out a 60 because we know that 60 minutes is an hour. So we will add this 60 minutes to our hours, giving us another hour. And we do this because when we're talking about time, we regroup in base 60. Our time is in base 60. So when we look at this now, we see that we have 3 hours under our hour side of the chart. And we now see, since we took that 60 minutes out of our 75, that we have 15 minutes. So this leaves us with 3 hours and 15 minutes for Avery's flight. And the reason is, like I said before, when we take out the 60, that leaves you with 15 minutes, leaving a total of 3 hours and 15 minutes.